All right, we are live. I have no idea if the quality is going to be great. I'm in the parking lot waiting to take the shuttle over to Jets Giants joint practice, but I felt like, hey, while I wait for the buses to take off, why not go live in my car? Just got here, a nice hour and a half, maybe hour and 45 commute from Long Island over here to One Jets Drive in Florham Park, New Jersey. So as you guys come in live, let me know if the quality is okay, because I know that the service where I'm at is not super good. All right. I know the quality of the show may not be great, but I wanted to go live and give you guys my thoughts heading into Jets Giants joint practice. I'm excited to be here to give you guys my thoughts of it after practice is wrapped up. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody tuning in live on X and on YouTube right now. Now, the biggest storyline heading into Jets Giants joint practice is, of course, going to be the matchups of guys like Sauce Gardner versus Malik Neighbors, guys like Abdul Carter versus Armand Membu, Joe Tippmann versus Dexter Lawrence, Olu Fashanu against Brian Burns. I mean, you can just collectively say Jets offensive line versus Giants defensive line is the matchup to watch, because the Giants, in my opinion, may have the best defensive line in the league on paper. I mean, they're not joking around. Right when they drafted Abdul Carter, I think he is the generational talent, and I don't like to use that word a lot, generational, but Abdul Carter is generational. When I turned on the tape at Penn State and I'm like, yo, that's wild. And I interviewed Abdul Carter at the NFL draft when I was there covering it on behalf of Roundtable Sports. Shout out Roundtable Sports. I was like, man, this guy's generational, and now he's a Giant. And they got Dexter Lawrence, Thibodeau, Brian Burns. I mean, that defensive line is scary. So this is going to be a huge, huge test for the New York Jets offensive line, which is going to be really, really fun to see in person. And then, of course, how does the Jets offensive line play? But what's Justin Fields look like with the pressure? Because there's going to be pressure. And Justin Fields is a mobile quarterback. I'm curious to see how he's able to maneuver the pocket and, pick up some yards with his legs. How is he going to be able to throw the football down the field consistently? Justin Fields has been on and off in training camp. He's coming off a really good day on Saturday against the Packers in the preseason, but let's be honest, that was just one drive and very, very small sample size. And it was a successful drive that finished in a touchdown, which is why a lot of Jets fans are like, popping champagne bottles. But hey, it was just one drive. He looked good, made the check downs, had a nice rushing touchdown. But we need to see a little bit more from Justin Fields before we start, crowning him as the savior of the team. Not saying that anybody's doing that, but that's just something we, as Jets fans, we have to make sure we calm ourselves down at times. But at the end of the day, we're passionate. Any little flavor of excitement, we're going to take it and run with it, which is what makes Jets fans different. But as you guys can see, the Jets fans are lined up right now at for the shuttles to take us over. Seeing some Giants fans here as well. So I'm definitely really, really excited to see what this team looks like today. It's going to be a big test. Now, Garrett Wilson is another player I'm intrigued by. The New York Giants, their secondary is not a strength. So I'm curious, and I'm not saying their secondary is bad by any stretch of the imagination, but the Giants defense is known for their front seven. So how does Garrett Wilson and these playmakers, how do they go after the New York Giants in the secondary? Because Garrett Wilson last year torched the Washington Commanders at joint practice. I remember being there, and it was just a fun thing to see. And the way joint practice is constructed, you got two fields going at the same time. So it's kind of going to be hard for me to see the defense for the Jets. Usually the Jets offense is in front of the fans, and then on the far field is the Jets defense going up against the Giants offense. So I'm probably not going to be able to see a lot of the Jets defense taking on the Giants offense, unfortunately, until at the end of practice. That's when everybody meets on one field. That's where real competition starts flying. But if you guys have any questions and things you want to hear my take on heading into Jets practice against the Giants, let me know. I'm going to pull up the chat real quick so I can talk to you guys. Shout out to Dev on X tuning in, saying we should be able to rip apart that secondary. I agree, man. Hopefully we can. Absolutely. We got Marco saying, I don't mind Fields checking down every passing play and scampering for the first on third down. Yeah, I mean, I hate when people like to discredit Justin Fields for checking down when that's the smart play. I mean, check downs are not a bad thing. All right. If it's 3rd and 5 and you get a check down for the first down, who's complaining? Who's complaining? Just because he's not making crazy throws off platform and everything doesn't mean much. Have a great day, Richie. Thank you. Rocking with who I rock with. Seems like you rock with me. I rock with you as well, my friend. I appreciate that. And Jet says, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Huge week. Giants defense will be stout. Yeah. Big test for the Jets coming up. And then, of course, we're going to see what this Jets team looks like against the Giants in the preseason Saturday night. My boy King Lowski's in the chat. Jets, Jets, baby. You know the vibes. King Lowski, always great to see you in the chat, my man. I want to see how Justin Fields does today. Yeah, I mean, me too. Coming off a positive day against the Packers, this is going to be a big test. You can argue that today's a bigger test than the Packers game, in my opinion. I mean, Saturday, I guess, will be a bigger test if the starters play against the Giants starters. It's a real game action. But, man, joint practices are really big to see the evaluation of this Jets football team. So I'm really excited about it, man. Guys, if you're tuning into the show, hit that like button and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as we're live here from One Jets Drive. I'm currently waiting for the buses to take us, which is, I think, at 8:45, which is why I got here a little early. Maybe go live a little bit, which we are doing right now, which is exciting. Chad Pennington made his career out of checkdowns and was good. He was smart. Hey, bro, there's nothing wrong with checkdowns. The only people that's complaining about Justin Fields doing the checkdowns are the ones that are hating on the Jets and trying to calm down the energy. Like, dude, what's there to be excited about? Justin Fields just checked the ball down. That's what the narrative is. Like, oh, sorry, he made a smart throw, right? It's not like we're sitting here overhyping Fields that he had this like MVP game in the preseason and he marched down the field with these precise throws. No one's saying that, but all we want from Fields is to do that. Make the easy throws. Don't overcomplicate things. If the check down is there, you take it and you be accurate with it. If it's not there, you scramble. Make the big throws down the field. Like that's good. The check downs also shows me that Justin Fields is calm in his mind so far early on in this stage of installing this brand new offense. So that's a positive, man, an absolute positive. If he can keep taking the checkdowns and move the chains and, you know, have touchdown drives, nobody's going to be complaining. No one's going to be complaining how you get in the end zone. It's about scoring touchdowns, folks. It's not about how you score the touchdowns, in my opinion. And, you know, there's a lot of other narratives like another guy I'm intrigued to see today is Jackson Dart. I mean, obviously, I'm a Jets fan, no attachment to Jackson Dart, but you guys know me. I was very high on Jackson Dart in the pre-draft process, and I was higher on him than most. I mean, a lot of people were like, dude, Richie, you're way too high on Jackson Dart. I was telling people all along, he's going to be a first-round pick, and people were like, dude, he's not a first-round pick. He's a day 3 talent. I'm like, nah, bro, he's a first-round pick. Just watch. And he indeed was a first-round pick to the Giants. I'm intrigued to see what he looks like. He looked really good against the Bills on Saturday in the preseason. And I think Jackson Dart is in a really good situation to develop with the Giants, having Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston in that quarterback room and Brian Daboll. So intrigued to see how that looks like just from an NFL fan perspective. I hate the Giants. I mean, I never root for them, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, man. So there's someone in the chat saying the narrative is Justin can't read a defense, and that's not true. Yeah, I mean, he can read defenses. He just showed inconsistencies of doing that in his career in the NFL. That's true, right? I think that's the missing piece of Justin Fields clicking and becoming a really good quarterback is processing the field a little bit more consistently, going through his reads. And on Saturday night, he did go through his reads. You know, the check down was not the first option. He dropped back. First read was not open. He calmly checked it down underneath, right? Even that touchdown run he had, he dropped back the pass. The pocket collapsed. He stepped up. Instead of panicking and making a bad throw, he saw an open lane and he took advantage of it and ran for that touchdown, which is fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff, right? Happy with taking the check, make some completions to the boundaries. That missed to Garrett in Green Bay can't happen. Yeah, so if you want to nitpick, yes, he did have one throw where you want Justin Fields to be able to hit that throw on the boundaries. You know, is he going to be able to put enough zip and accuracy on the football when he drops back to pass, make those, you know, big throws in the boundaries? Can he stretch the field, right? Is he able to put the ball on the spot if there is a receiver open down the field? like that Arian Smith go route that he had when Adrian Martinez missed him on the left sideline in the preseason game against the Packers. Can Fields make that throw? Because if we put Arian Smith on the outside and he runs a go route and he just runs by the defender, and if Justin Fields can just drop it in the bucket, I mean, that's big. And Justin Fields throughout his career at Ohio State and in Pittsburgh has shown he does have an arm in terms of stretching the ball down the field. The one thing about Fields that I feel like a lot of people forget about is that he has a really strong arm. Like, he has a strong arm. He can throw that ball deep if he wants to. But the thing is, he has to be consistent with his fundamentals and his accuracy and all that and make the easy throws. And let's be honest, man, Fields got to make the easy throws. And I think you look at all the Jets' previous quarterbacks, Zach Wilson was known for this. And you saw it for the Dolphins game on Sunday. Zach Wilson made the easy throws look difficult and the difficult throws look easy. You're never going to be able to be a successful quarterback with that. You have to make the easy throws. You have to be able to hit the layups, because the layups is what allows you to open up those big explosive plays. And I think Fields has to hit the layups. And he missed the layup to Garrett Wilson on Saturday night. One throw. And it's so hard to evaluate Justin Fields in the preseason against the Packers because it was one drive. We didn't get to see 3 drives. We didn't get to see 5 drives. You know, usually you get to see a quarterback play 4 quarters and you have like multiple drives to evaluate. But the guy had one touchdown drive, and that's all we have to evaluate. And now we have today at joint practice to evaluate as well, which is going to be really, really exciting, man. I'm fired up to see what they look like. But yeah, man, I'll be live for the Jets-Giants play-by-play, of course, Saturday night. And then after practice, I will be making a video and uploading it right here to the channel to give you guys my deep take on exactly what happened, my biggest takeaways that I saw with my own eyes. So stay tuned here on Jets Media, and I appreciate you guys tuning in to the show as always. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you're right here on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, do me a favor, repost the show. Really do appreciate you guys. Really do appreciate you guys. I thought these practices were closed. Not this one. We got a lot of fans coming today. A lot of fans. Is Mason Taylor there? I'm not at practice yet, but I'm going to assume he's not out there yet. High ankle sprain is something that's going to take some weeks to heal. Weeks to heal. He's not going to be out there for a little bit if I had to guess. Get those highlights. I'm not allowed to get the highlights. I'm someone that likes to stay within the rules. I know everyone's like, Richie, go out there, take videos. We need to see what... I'm sorry, not doing that. The Jets are very strict with those policies. I respect them not wanting to take videos, and I'm not someone that wants to go against the rules. That's just who I am. I've always been that way. Call me a goody two-shoes all you want, but they are very adamant. They say no videos, no live streams at practice, which is why I'm live streaming from the parking lot before I go in. All right, so I'm not going to be taking any videos. I'm sure there's going to be fans that takes videos that's going to be on Twitter, but they won't be from me. Promise you that. Sorry if that pisses anybody off. But they're very strict with the rules, and I like to stay within the rules because I have a lot of relationships within the Jets, and I respect everybody in that building, of course. But yeah, so right now we got some kids to my left having a catch in the parking lot. Jets fans are lined up, getting ready to take the shuttle down. How many people do we got live right now? I can't tell when I'm on my phone. How many people do we got live right now on YouTube, man? I appreciate you guys tuning into the show. We're live on YouTube. Hold on one second. Let me just do one thing. All right, we're back. 125 people live. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Let's get more people on the show. But the buses are going to start taking off, so I think I'm actually going to start heading into practice. So stay tuned, folks. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. I got to run because they're starting to take people down to practice, so I'm going to go there. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the notification bell. I'm out of here, folks. Love you guys. Let's go, Jets. Stay tuned for my report. Peace.